important is a brand's history? Do you still hate titanium watches? And which watches should Casio bring back? Let's get into it! Yes, and welcome to the Mad Watch Collector Show. And it's another huge question and answers time. Only this time, I didn't get to choose the questions. It was the wife. Are you Q&A ready? Let's go. So first question from Seth Squatch is, have your opinions of titanium changed? Now, if you've watched the channel long enough, you will know that I've had not a love-hate relationship with titanium, just a hate relationship. The weight of something usually represents the value of something to me, and if something feels very light, to my brain, it's less expensive. Now, one of the main features of titanium is it's at least 30% lighter than stainless steel. However, some companies use grade 5, 3, and honestly, over the last year or two, having reviewed about 4 or 5 titanium watches, with them all being different weights, I still don't know what to think. However, something has changed. I now own a titanium watch, the SLA 071, the Landmaster. The first time I picked that watch up, I didn't think to myself, whoa, this is light. It was definitely lighter than stainless steel, but it wasn't stupid light, like a Pelagos 39. In actual fact, it felt perfect. And if that watch had been stainless steel, it would have been a heavy, chunky monkey. So to answer your question, my friend, titanium, I haven't really changed my mind. I think every watch is different. I'm not against titanium, there just haven't been many I've loved. Great question from Just Bald Chris. Which watch have you reviewed that you really weren't bothered about but actually surprised you? Well, I can think of a few, my friend. Panerai, I definitely wasn't a fan of that brand before, but having reviewed one of their basic Luminors, I can definitely see the appeal. The character, the iconicness of it, and the fantastic pocket watch movements that are inside these beasts. A watch I did like and then really liked after I reviewed it was the Monta SkyQuest. That is a phenomenal GMT watch that has a hint of a Rolex GMT Master 2, but it has gilt in all the right places. It feels like a luxury watch. It wears like a luxury watch. Monta are a very good brand. Another one I didn't think I was gonna love, and that's the Elliott Brown Holton. But they truly do have unique designs, built to take a bomb blast and thrown into depths deeper than we'd ever go to. I really did like that watch. And with a big thanks to BQ Watches, I found out that there was another Omega reference back in the old days I really would like to take a look at, and that is the Baby Plo Prof, a 39mm diver with an integrated sports bracelet that I actually love, with the same dials as you get on Plo Profs. That vintage Omega was awesome, and I've been scouting around on eBay for one ever since. Oh no, a dreaded Purge collection comment from Ninja Rose 1653. What number are you trying to purge your collection down to? And once you get there, is it going to be one in, one out from that point? Well, listen, the purge has been ongoing. A lot of watches have been shipped out to new owners, and I'm very happy that they've got new wrist time on other wrists. The collection was getting absolutely crazy. Something needed to be done, and so this year was the big purge time. I mean, I've still got a crazy amount of watches, but I'm gonna limit myself to 10 Seikos. Still ridiculous. Not gonna count the amount of Vertex I have, or the amount of CWCs, and nobody counts Casios, because you'll be here all day. Exactly. Now, all those aside, I'm going to limit myself to 10 other watches. It's not going to be easy, I know. I probably won't do one in, one out, my friend, because if it goes in the collection, there's a reason for it. I bloomin' love it. There'll be a collection update very soon. Look out for that show.
Could you just click that like button, please? It really helps the channel. Thank you.
Dally I1 says, what Casios do you think they should bring back? Oh, how long have you got? Casio have got a huge back catalogue of watches they need to re-release. This watch I had as a kid, the TS100, awesome world timer with a thermometer in it. That never really worked, but still, this is an icon that needs to come back. The film watch definitely needs to come back. One of the thinnest Casios Casio ever made at about 3.5 millimeters thick. They are awesome. The CFX 200, this is an absolute awesome calculator watch that was out before the CA53W. This is awesome. If this came out in stainless steel, We would go absolutely nuts for this. 100% the CMD-10, the TV remote watch. Mine wasn't quite like this one. How awesome would be to have this come out again. But I guess the main one for me, you know, with my job as a tennis coach, I want Casio to bring back the tennis counter. It was a digital watch that came out in the 80s where you could keep score of your tennis match. And if you're listening out there, Casio, I want to do a collaboration. I want us to bring back the tennis counter. Are you listening? That watch needs to come out now. David Pranks, lovely name, has asked, what is the worst watch you've ever reviewed? Ooh. There have been a few. The cheapest mechanical watch on Amazon, the Say War.
Say what?
That's definitely up there. That was a horrendous watch. Gave that watch away.
Congratulations, Dale.
But I guess the worst one for me, with the price that you have to pay, it's the Tissot PRX Digital. I think I had the 40mm version. It was just a money-making, milking off the PRX milking cow milker. Honestly, this PRX train is not stopping with the likes of the new dials that have just come out and the carbon fiber version. They're going to end up changing their name from Tissot to PRX. From Neil the Knife Guy. Don't want to get on his bad side. Who's your favourite superhero or villain? And what G-Shock would they wear? Love it! Well, my favourite colours are blue and red. They always have been. I'm a Spider-Man and Superman fan. They really can't be beaten. In terms of G-Shocks, well, I don't think many of them will go under the Lycra. But for Spider-Man, I'd say the DW6900. And for the Man of Steel, well, it's got to be the all-steel G-Shock Square, hasn't it? Full metal! Ay, sad us. On a scale of 1 to 10, how important is brand or model history to you when purchasing a new watch? Some care more about specs, value over money, while others value the history and cachet. I'm in the second bucket. Honestly, my friend, I'm in the second bucket as well. Don't get me wrong, when I see a well-spec'd watch for a good value, I'm gonna tell you about it. I do love a watch with a history, a reason for it being there. I do love horological historical moments with brands. I much prefer a reissue or a homage to older references, because if we're being honest, the best watches have already been made. What modern machining can do though, is can take a watch from the 60s, make it look almost exactly the same, but using modern machinery and technologies, laser cutting, micro machining.
And I don't mean those cool vehicles we had when we were kids.
Those watches from the old days can look amazing now. Just take the new Speedmaster or the Navigator Timer that I own. Having been in this hobby for so long now, the watch needs to have some sort of story to it. She's got one more question. Oh, and it's from her. When are you going to stop collecting watches? Thank you to everyone that's watched till the end of the show. If you want a bit more of the Mad Watch Collector, click there and join. But if I've got you for a few more minutes, why don't you click this one? This is a doozy. Go on, click it, you'll love it. Guaranteed. And if you don't love it, you don't get your money back because it's free for you. But anyway, click it. Click it.